So we're gonna start off this story on a nice note because Nelly is so mean to me. We had to say 3 nice things about each other. You go first.
I like the way you drive. I like that you stand your ground and
You literally don't, but okay.
I like when you're nice to me.
Alrighty, so we're gonna get started here.
Your turn.
This is Subscriber Scary Stories number 13, Pride Month edition. Then all of a sudden, the man started to get up slowly. He stopped whistling and only had his eyes on my brother. My younger cousin started sobbing out of fear, and that was when we started running. Like this. Wasn't that you? Oh, also, by the way, Fabi is now picking out our stories, so my reactions are 100% genuine. I've not read any of these stories before.
So the other ones weren't genuine?
They were genuine, but I would forget, but I would also try to be in the moment and try to react.
No, you practice when you're reading it.
I do, I practice in the mirror. Alright, the title is My Mom Had Visions of Me Dating a Girl in Roblox.
I think me and Vanessa were playing adoptive family roleplay. Wait, no! You become a baby and then people adopt you.
What the fuck? Hi sister, my name is but please keep this anonymous. The story isn't very scary, but it is supernatural. Last year, I had a girlfriend in Roblox. It's an online game. I dated that girl for like 2 weeks until I decided to come out to my mom as a lesbian. I remember after I told her, I asked her, so am I allowed to have a girlfriend? She said no. And then she said, go on, say it. I was confused and asked her what she meant, and she said, you have a girlfriend. I was really scared and she proceeded to question me of who she was. I told her I didn't know who she was exactly. She was confused. I asked her how she knew and she told me she had visions. See, my grandma is a psychic, and her daughters, my mom and her sisters, also have some spiritual abilities from her. I know my mom was telling the truth because she was confused when I told her I was speaking to her through Roblox, and that I never physically met her. My mom also can have dreams sent to her from the spiritual realm. One time, I remember she predicted we were getting a new dog. She also knew her name and everything. In her dream, we were on a beach, and she heard me calling a dog named Maybelle. She came up to me and told me that wasn't our dog. She said that I looked at her confused and said, no mom, that's Maybelle. One thing that weirds me out is that Maybelle, the dog we adopted after my mom had that dream, is closest to me relationship-wise, as in my mom's dream, I was the one calling her name. So you're dating your dog? No. Okay. That's very interesting because remember Amanda said that she spies on people, kind of?
How? What do you mean?
Oh wait, I don't think you were in the room. Because my mom started saying that she has like psychic like premonitions, like she'll feel who's the person knocking at the door, or she'll know who's gonna call her and what they want, like something like that. And then Amanda was like, oh, I kind of have something like that too, like oh, I could ask spirits what somebody's doing.
What the
But yeah.
I would be so scared to hide anything from my mom if she had that stuff.
Oh my gosh, imagine she does.
Wait, tell that story about how you thought your teacher was able to read your mind or something? Or no, some girl was able to read your mind.
This girl, oh my god, what is she watching? This girl sat in front of me in class, and I thought that she could read my mind. She could read my thoughts saying that she was cute or something. And so I was scared.
So you liked her?
I didn't like her. You don't have to like people who you think are cute. Oh, but she said her mom was psychic. Did I say that part? That would sound crazy. Oh god.
If you're watching this,
just kidding. Okay, but that's a very interesting story, and you should not be dating strangers on the internet, first of all. But we support you and your 70-year-old man boyfriend or whoever it was. I'm just kidding. Before I get started, I don't know what you should call me, and I don't really care. So yeah, anyways, how about your name? This story happened a couple weeks ago, but you know, I ate some hot Cheetos and for some reason it brought this experience back into mind. Anyways, I was sneaking back into my dad's house one night. I'd snuck out to see my boyfriend and the front door was locked. I have a key, but it only works on one of the 2 locks on that door, so I had to go to the backyard entrance. Boy, was that a mistake, like I almost messed my pants. I basically opened the gate and started walking towards the back door. Let me just say, I live in the middle of nowhere. Like, my neighbors are a railroad track and a zoo with lions and bears, so it was very dark, and something growled at me. I did a little second take and then said nope and booked it back to the front yard. Also, this wasn't some wimpy ass squirrel or raccoon growl. This sounded like a whole ass tiger was chilling, waiting for my tasty little ass. waiting for my tasty little ass to walk into its mouth. Well, not today. I left my dad a nice little note about how there's probably a cougar waiting outside for one of us to become its dinner. But when I woke up, I was shocked to see that he didn't give a flying Oh, that was until he said, "Why'd you walk across the deck at 1 a.m. last night?" Let me just tell you, I clenched my cheeks in terror like who is running around our backyard while I'm trying to sneak back in. Basically, I just said it was probably the cougar, to which he said, "Sounded like it had 2 legs to me." Okay, so it was like someone or something that walks on 2 legs, right? Oh, well, I moved on because I really don't care if an S-Walker comes and eats me or whatever, because like at least something wants me, right? Pain. Anyways, flash forward like to last week and it happens again, except this time I was in the kitchen while it happened. My kitchen has a window that faces directly onto the deck, so when our motion sensor light went off, my ass booked it out of there like, no ma'am, won't catch me looking out there. Anyways, nothing showed up on our cameras, so we didn't really care until I went to take my pills one night, and the whole damn kitchen erupted like papers were flying everywhere and doors were slamming, so I said goodbye and ran downstairs with 2 sleeping pills to put myself into a deep sleep. Ever since then, I've just assumed my house is haunted, so I'm gonna make a little Ouija board session moment happen and see if I can reach out to whoever is obsessed with me enough to haunt me. Fans will be fans, I guess. Also, my grandpa literally died in that house and I saw his body, so like I can be a witness that it happened. So I'm assuming he's just mad because we gave away his bed frame and threw away his crusty bed before moving in. Also, all of this is for real and I swear to God I'm using humor to deal with the trauma because I genuinely feel like I'm gonna get killed by a D word in that house. But whatever, you know, life has twists and turns, I guess. Really good outlook.
Yeah.
This video is sponsored by BetterHelp.
What is that?
The app where people get therapy for cheap.
I haven't gotten an ad like that.
Oh yeah, my parents are divorced, so I get 2 houses. Rich moment, and I'm not safe at my mom's either, like seriously creepy stuff happens here. My favorite things are when I have incredibly vivid nightmares where I'm being attacked or chased, so I wake up gripping like things super hard, or sometimes I wake up grabbing my nose piercing trying to rip it out. But I guess nightmares are normal, so here's a few more things. I've heard my sister screaming in the basement about people doing things to her, but when I go down, she's just sitting there watching TV and scrolling on her phone. But my favorite little friend ghost is this slender and very long-limbed woman that just kind of watches me from the shadows. If I pass by a room, I see her out of the corner of my eye, but that bitch disappears when I go back. Like, that's not very consistent, queen. But anyways, I also see people looking at me from inside in the reflection of windows, but at this point it's been 16 years and they ain't done nothing, so I don't really care. They're all just being little bitches about possessing me, or maybe they're homophobic. No hate on them though. I wouldn't want to possess a gay 16-year-old man's body when half the world hates gays, so that's fun. Okay, that's it. Bye guys. Your videos give me so much life, mummies. Don't tell the story, Nelly.
Please tell the story.
No!
Please tell the story. No, you have to.
I had a dream that I was a waitress or something and I woke up like this. Wasn't that you? That was...
This bitch thought she was a waitress, so she woke up with your head like
Do you think that ghosts could be homophobic? Like, they're dead. Like, you're dead already. Like, how can you still be homophobic? Something didn't work for you.
Yeah, you tell them ghosts, Monica.
Why are you sneaking people into your house? I'm gonna find the email and I'm gonna trace it back. I'm gonna find your IP address and then I'm gonna dox you.
Hey, yo!
So your parents can know what you're doing, las travesuras que haces. I'm just kidding.
She's not gonna do that.
No, because it's Pride Month. Maybe next month. When I was 14 years old, my family decided to visit our old hometown in a different city. Mind you, this area of the city is known for weirdos and many crimes where death isn't uncommon. I love your videos, though. Sometimes I don't understand them because you guys speak in another language sometimes. You race. Our unit was in the very end of the street where there was no street lights or anything that would let you see if it's dark. I remember when we got there, the area was very quiet but felt uneasy. Before dinner, my cousins and siblings would play outside and talk. Usually our conversations were always banter, but this time my older cousin wanted to tell us a common occurrence that happens on our street. Only ours, I don't know why. He said that late at night someone would whistle non-stop, not even stopping to breathe. He said at first he thought it was a police officer that was patrolling the area, so he usually went in the house whenever it got too close. He said it usually takes the whistler hours to stop or until someone from our neighborhood was naive enough to spook the whistler. It wasn't scary, but it was weird, he said, because every time someone tries to shut them up, the next day that person goes missing. I remember he whispered it to us. My brother laughed it off and jokingly said that it wasn't police, it was a weirdo. We laughed it off while going back inside the house. That same cousin said that we should go back outside later so we could hear it too, and so we did. We heard it. At first we thought that it was a joke, but after listening to it for a few minutes, it sounded sinister. The whistle was in the same tone, the same pitch, no stops, and no ends. My other cousin then said that we should look for the sound. It can't be that bad, he said. Besides, we're a group of 9 people. What could go wrong? It came from the very end of the street, the part where there was no lights. See, we were trying to be smart. We brought our phones and even had a sturdy pipe to use as a defense in case it was a criminal. As we approached more, the sound started to sound distant but also near, like it was in front of you yet miles away. My cousin decided to shine the light directly in front of us instead of the ground where we were walking. We ended up seeing a long-haired man sitting down on all fours. He was looking at the light while whistling. At that point, I was shaking. I'd never seen anything this bizarre in my life. Then we started backing up while looking at the guy. My brother was apologizing to him. Then all of a sudden the man started to get up slowly. He stopped whistling and only had his eyes on my brother. My younger cousin started sobbing out of fear, and that was when we started running. I wasn't a fast runner. I was looking behind me and saw that the guy was chasing us. He was running and his hair was all over his face. His smile was what terrified me. He was smiling so wide while running towards me. We got to the house and started banging simultaneously on the doors and even on the windows. My brothers went behind us and looked for any signs of the man. As we went inside the house, our parents were wondering what did we find and did we lose any belongings. My cousin then told Auntie what we saw, but then she just brushed it off and said we were just being paranoid. What I found even more strange was that after that night, the man would still whistle and the neighbors would complain about it, but then they don't disappear like what my cousin said so. The house isn't ours now, but even the tenants that live in it today still make complaints. The whole experience felt like a fever dream and I was honestly traumatized. Just the image of him running with a sinister smile scares me so much even to this day. The man probably hates gay people and went for me and my cousins who are part of the LGBTQIA+ premium subscription.
Does it really say that?
Yes! LGBTQIA+ premium subscription.
Imagine it was like this.
Go reenact it.
I would break all of my arms.
You have to. Oh my god, that's so scary though. I would never be able to go outside and I would never be able to sleep with the lights off.
I would never be
I would not be able to continue living my life. I would put newspapers all on my windows. I would put missing posters all over my walls. I would make charts and I would write in a red pen. And then I would decapitate everyone. I would decapitate everyone in the neighborhood.
Wait, what did you say? You should do a spirit box session and be like, do you guys hate gay people?
Where? No. We should go to the church and ask gay people what the spirit box. Wait. But guys, do not go outside when somebody's whistling at night. That's not good. It's an S-walker usually. This is a LGBT safe LGBTQI+ premium subscription. Safe place, safe space. Period. Yeah. This is called I Think I Lived a Day in a Different World, but I Don't Feel the Same Anymore. This is a story that just happened to me recently and I'm still paranoid. I'm really not sure if I'm crazy, but I think I entered an alternate reality and lived a day in it while playing a game. About 3 months ago, I was playing Red Door, Yellow Door with my friends at a sleepover, and I was the one going in the dream state choosing the doors. I remembered the rules and remembered when I needed to tell my friends if I should wake up, since in the game, if you see certain things, you have to get out immediately, since they can be a danger to you in the real world. At first, it was fine. I told my friends what color doors I saw, what kind of rooms I saw, and what I was feeling. After entering a white door, I stepped into a room with brick floors and stone walls. I remember while I was in the trance, I could feel the brick beneath my feet as I would walk on them. From what I remember, I told my friends every condition I was in and what was going on, and I continued to go through what looked like closet doors. Before going through them, I looked around for another door since there's always supposed to be 2, but this time it was just a closet. They were white but dirty, and when I touched the handles to open them, they were for some reason really warm. When they opened, I saw a long white hallway that looked like one of a hospital or an asylum. I walked through and stepped a few feet in, but when I turned around, the doors I had just gone through were gone. It was just a long stretch of hallway, now on both sides of me. I told my friends that I wasn't feeling comfortable and wanted to get out right now, but they kept laughing at me, so I tried to just get myself out, but I couldn't open my eyes. In the dream state, I tried to find a way out so I could wake up, but there was nothing I could do except to keep running. Eventually, I got to a hole in the wall, which was in a perfect circle, with nothing but blackness on the other side. I debated going in and stood there for a while looking on both sides of the hallway. When I looked to the direction I came from, I saw the outline of a person walking towards towards me. It wasn't a shadow or a solid object, but it was just like an outline. They were a bit taller than me. I'm 5'11" and a little bit skinny. I remember the aura of the outline being a foggy black. It freaked me out and I couldn't move, but it's like I somehow got pulled into the hole in the wall, and that's when I immediately woke up, or I thought I did. When I woke up, I was pissed at my friends for not waking me up, but they said that they thought I was being dramatic and was joking around. Eventually, we stayed in the house after that until around 2 a.m., and we decided to go drive around our town to get some food. I remembered the music playing was weird. It wasn't music I'd heard before, but for some reason I decided to play along with it, since everyone else was enjoying it. The song I remember was sang by a woman, and it sounded like it was from the 60s, and was slow, almost sad. I felt weird, since my friends usually listened to either Broadway musicals or modern indie pop. Gay!
You do that.
Yeah, I know. That's how I know.
Oh.
The rest of the night was uneventful, and I eventually woke up the next morning in my friend's house, and we all started to leave for home. It was weirdly foggy outside, which never happens since this was around July, and we are in the valley. At home, things weren't too different, but I could notice what was different right away. The things that were different were my mom's personality, since usually she's tired or moody, my brother's talking ability, since he's autistic, the way my dogs acted, the work schedule my dad had, and the type of food we ate. My mom was really happy and joked around a lot with me once I got home. She even seemed to be not homophobic, since she didn't get pissed or commented on how feminine I was acting, which she sadly always does. We talked about my plans for junior year, and I talked about how different school would be due to COVID, but she was confused with what I was saying. I just talked it off, and my mom said that I can go in my room and relax for a bit. In my room, my bed was made, and I turned on my Switch to play some games on the TV. Then my brother came in and said, "Can we play Super Mario?" This isn't a weird question for him to ask, but it's weird how he asks it. 1, he has autism and speech troubles, and 2, before talking to me, he always calls me Bubba, since he can't say brother. Usually when he asks to play Mario, he says, "Bubba, can we play Super Mario?" I said sure, and he was really good at playing it, and even held the controller correctly. He usually struggles holding controllers in his hands. The day went by at a normal pace, and it was near 4 p.m., which was the time we usually started to make supper, since my dad got home around 4:30. I asked my mom what we were making, and she said nothing yet. I remember exactly what she said, and it made me feel so strange. "Dinner? Why now? Dad doesn't get off work until 7. Are you okay? Did you have something at your friend's house?" By this point, I knew I was in a dream or something, but it felt so real. In dreams, you can tell how weird the pace a day goes by and how foggy your memory is, but this wasn't the case. I walked out of the living room and stayed in my room and went on my phone. I texted all my friends about what was going on and even posted it on my story. My Instagram was weird, and my profile picture was different, which isn't a huge deal, but it was obviously noticeable. I played some more games for a while and kept wanting answers, and that's when my dad got home. He knocked on the door, which was weird, since he usually just walks in. My mom asked for me to get the door for him. I went to open it and started to feel like I was going to throw up. When I opened the door, it wasn't my dad. It was a man I had never seen. He had thick eyebrows, a small nose, big lips, and weirdly small eyes. I freaked out inside, but for some reason I couldn't physically react to what was going on. I was frozen. His face terrified me with how unnatural the proportions were, but realistic the details looked. Before I could say anything, he said, "Do you want to go back?" in a voice that was like too attractive for his face.
That's your dad.
What the did you just said? I suddenly fell back and hit the ground, and that's when I woke up crying in my friend's lap at the sleepover again. I stood up, scared shitless, and asked what happened, and they said that I hadn't said a thing to them the whole time, and just started laughing and fell asleep for about 8 minutes. And then after that, everything was basically normal. My brother still said Bubba, my mom was still in her moods, and my dad came home around 4:30 looking normal. I feel absolutely crazy and don't know how to explain this, but it was almost something straight out of Coraline. I want to say it was a dream, but I really feel like I went somewhere I shouldn't have that night. It was too real to be a dream. I'm just happy to be back, and I never plan on playing Red Door, Yellow Door ever again. Red Door, Yellow Door is a viral ritual or game where you navigate through doors in your mind. In this game, someone guides you into a trance with the chant, Red Door, Yellow Door, any other color doors. Just like with any games, there are rules that need to be followed. These are a few that are listed on scaryforkids.com. Don't interact with people. They could be evil and try to trap you. If you enter a room full of clocks, leave. You can go wherever you want, but it's best to go up rather than down. If you get trapped in a room, you have to wake yourself up or you'll be stuck forever. However, in an emergency where you can't wake up, the guide should force you awake. If you encounter a man in a suit, leave immediately. I am not certain about the legitimacy of this game because people are saying it is simply guided meditation or a trick of hypnosis. However, I do believe our minds are powerful, and with the wrong intentions, this game could be very dangerous. If you go in afraid and know that something malevolent could be summoned, you could be putting yourself in a vulnerable position. It's like the Charlie challenge, which is basically a homemade Ouija board with no way to close a connection. These types of games that are disguised as innocent could open portals, and there's no way of knowing who or what is on the other side, waiting for the opportunity to walk through.
And that's it, pretty much. Do you hear anything? No. Go towards the light more. Go like more like in the center of the kitchen? Yes. Alright, I'm in the center now. It's like, now it's like neon white. I'm in a totally different room now. It's all white. All white? Is there anyone with you? No. Wait, this dude. Is this all plain black man?
Are you okay?
Oh,
Are you okay?
what?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you alive?
Yeah.
It was an all plain black man? Are you serious? Are you joking?
No.
Oh my god.
What?
He was in the game. Okay.
I don't know cómo se atreven. I'm way too scared to do any of that.
Our minds are much more powerful than we think.
They travel to like another dimension. And that how they described the man, it sounded like the man that everyone sees. Have you seen that? That people see in their dreams? Have you seen that guy? I'm pretty sure you've seen him. Not in like real life, but you know what he looks like.
If you show me a picture, I'll tell you. Is it Mr. Bean?
No! Have you ever seen this man? His name is This Man. He first appeared on a mysterious website in 2008. The following year, his photo became viral after having supposedly been spotted all over the world in people's dreams. For a while, the existence of this man's sketch was said to be drawn by a woman in a mental institution who was tormented by him in her sleep. A year later, more and more people recognized this strange man for visits he makes in people's dreams, ranging from negative to a little too positive, if you know what I mean. There are many theories about who he is, some of them being that he's a guardian angel who shields you from nightmares, while another claims the opposite, that he wreaks havoc while you sleep and turns your dreams into nightmares. But it's a hoax. He was created by Guerrilla Marketing for the purpose of advertising a movie that was never released. He is not famous because he is in your dreams. He's in your dreams because he's famous. Though some people do claim to have recognized him from dreams they've had prior to ever seeing the sketch.
Miley
Kind of say Lupita though. Looky. You guys are always telling me to do some scary ass shit. Use a Ouija board. And I'm like, do you guys even like me? Like, damn. One time I had sleep paralysis, right? And this was before I even knew what sleep paralysis was. I woke up and I was in my room. And I got up and Fabi was on the bed like straightening her hair or something at the window. And I asked her like, is this real? And then she just started laughing. She was like that. And I was like, okay, so it's not real. And she was like laughing. I was like, what the fuck?
I never told you like sleep paralysis things that have ever happened to me because you never want to listen to me.
I don't think sleep paralysis is like necessarily scary because everybody.
Well, I felt
sees
something
the same-
crawl on top of me when I would get sleep paralysis when I was
You know
younger.
what people say that is? Cuando se te sube el muerto or something. They also mention their homophobic mother, so I just want to say, be who you are for your pride. If your parents are homophobic or anything, don't worry about it.
If you're homeless, get a home. That's what you're saying right
It's
now.
because, okay, like, I know we all want to please our parents, but our parents aren't perfect either. Like, as much as we love them, their disapproval will not kill us. Especially if you're young. Just do what you gotta do. Live your life. Be happy. Oh, everybody. Drop your favorite Latino, Latina, Latinx, LGBTQ plus creators in the comments. And everybody go look in the comments to watch more creators that are Latinx and LGBTQ plus, IA plus, premium subscription.
We support you. We love you guys. Happy Pride Month.
Woo, woo, woo!
I need to make you a rainbow cake.
Dude, why did Lupita put up?
What did she put?
She put up an LGBT thing on Instagram and put Happy Pride, Monica. Am I the only gay person she knows? No, but I'm her favorite.
Ooh.
And everybody tell Fabi. Let's call Fabi right now. Let's prank her. Tell her that they were horrible stories.
Yeah.
We're gonna prank Fabi. She
She's
picked
gonna
out
be
the
quiet.
stories.
She's not gonna say anything. She's gonna be like, oh.
Dude, we have to re-record. The stories were awful. I'm just kidding.
I told you she was gonna be quiet. She wasn't gonna say anything.
You just got pranked. Say bye, Fabi. Do our outro.
everybody.
Bye, bitch.
During Pride Month?
During Pride Month.
Say bye, gay bitches.
How can I say that?
Thank you guys for watching. Stop.